are back. Wartime Zoom shteig, morning seder, super Chulin. What number? 140. What number? 5. And the ikers that we're learning in the schos of the captives and the schos of the soldiers. The number, well, it will be figured out later. But we're learning in the schos of the captives. We're learning in the schos of the soldiers. We are learning in the schos of Am Yisrael, the Yeshiva School show, in the schos of the family. Because Baruch Hu should be mizach at us to keep coming together and shteig in the sweet, sweet Torah. Our kavanas for today are La'asagas Hashem Yisbarach K'fi Chol Es Ha'adam, understanding the Eibishter as much as we can as humans. L'kadesh Shamayim, to sanctify the name of the Eibishter. L'sikun Hashchina V'chol Yisrael. That is our kavana. And we were on Mem Beis Amud Aleph. We're on the first Mishnah of Elu Trefos. And so it starts, Elu Trefos, Bivehema. These are the Trefos in an animal. Nikovas Haveshet. Nikovas Haveshet we learned about in the second parak. Psukas Hagargeres, also in the second parak, we spoke about the piercing of the esophagus and the dislodging of the trachea. Nikum krum shel moach, piercing the membrane of the brain. It's pierced in the membrane. It's pierced in the brain. It's pierced in the membrane. It's pierced in the brain. And we learned about that yesterday with our handy dandy oat book. And today we are learning about Nikev Halev Lebeis Chalalo. Shot through the heart, pierced through the heart, and now it's straight. Nikev Halev Lebeis Chalalo. Rashi says, V'im lo igia lechalal kitani sefer de gesher. And if it didn't get to that inner part, it says in the Seifa, which is the end, which is on 54a. Right now we're on 42a. And Rashi says in about 12 pages, that's the end. That's the Seifa. So we see that we have big sugyas ahead of us. And the Eibush will give us siyata d'shmaya. Nigev halev lebeis chalalo. Zak tosfos. Bishar nikuve. The rest of the piercings. Lo itzterich lemisni lebeis chalalo. They didn't need to teach that it pierced into the vacuum chamber, the chamber of the heart chamber. Shehein dakin, because they're very thin. Upshita shehein nekev chashuv b'hem. It's not important if they're pierced klal at all. Im lo nikev lebeis chalalo. I mean, it doesn't make a difference if it is pierced or it's not pierced. There's not really a space in the other organs. Avalev, but the heart sugya, lamed beis. Avalev, shehu ayin beis. Just kidding. Shehu av, lave that's thick, salka daitach, she'im nikev be'omek, that if it gets pierced deeply, shu chashuv nikev, that's considered a pierce. Benital halev, and if the heart is taken, the haria and the lung, v'adakin, and the intestines. Lo itzderich lemisni bichlal nekuvim. Shkayach Zu. We're learning today about the heart. Lo itzderich lemisni. We do need to teach the bichlal nekuvim who, that it is in the category of nekuvim, if it gets pierced. Talking about the heart of an animal. Zu, if you could send pictures of hearts to the chat, heart information, Wikipedia, things that we should know about hearts, that would help share. Just send us info. No pressure. But I just wanted to know everything about hearts. Shkayach Gadol. Baruch Atah Mechlav, Shekol Niyavrai. Speaking of hearts, thank you very much for this delicious chocolate. From my beloved Rebbetzin. So we're learning about hearts. Lo itzderich lemizni de bichlal nekuvim. We don't need to teach that if it gets pierced. The aval gav de bitchol amrinan. Techol. We finally get to figure out what exactly is this techol. I think it means spleen. If you want to tell us what's a spleen? What's a spleen, Rivka? An organ, eh? What does it do? What does the organ do? A spleen. Ko mevaser v'yomer. Ravir, tell us what's a spleen? Talking about a techul.
That's a spleen?
We think it's a spleen, but we don't even know what a spleen is. Like, I think the translation is spleen, but I don't know what a spleen is.
Area, like there's like the kidneys, the liver.
Okay, kidneys, livers we've heard of. Spleen we've also heard of. And I've never gotten the answer, what does a spleen do? I've been waiting for this Rashi. I've been waiting for it to come up and come up. What do I get to do on my free time? Let me just look at Google, Wikipedia, spleen. What does a spleen do? Wait for it to come up in a sugya. And then ask the Ilam to Google it. What's a spleen?
I mean, I guess like right off the bat, the first thing that comes to mind is some sort of a detox organ, but I'm not sure. We know.
I think we got to blind. We all got to blind. No one here looks like they know what a spleen is.
But that was like also my intuition is it's in that family of like organs that do.
We know it's part of a body.
This
We know it's an organ.
This is facts.
Is what we know so far. Well, we actually don't even know it's an organ.
Oh.
We just know that it's part of a body. The techol. So this is actually Tesis mentions it. The Alba, we're the Tosos Nikev Halev. Shot through the heart, and now it's treif. Blood filter. It's before the liver.
I
Says
was
Zu.
thinking blood filter.
Listen. That's what Zu says.
It's
before you are liver. He says.
Because I was thinking. I think the liver also filters the blood, so I wasn't sure if there was double filtration going on. But I was thinking blood filter. What else would it do?
We still don't have the answer. We just have more knowledge until we figure it out. Shkayach, Zu.
Production and removal.
Yeah.
Production and removal. It's an abdominal organ involved in the production and removal of blood cells in most vertebrates and forming part of the immune system.
The important part of the immune system.
Forming part of the immune system.
Forming part of the immune system, the spleen.
spleen, blood filter. He was
Okay.
correct.
Shkaya.
Yeah, it seems to make blood cells, production and removal of blood cells. So it probably filters out like damaged blood cells and makes new ones.
We're going to figure out blood cells also what it is. We're going to figure out respiratory system. We're going to figure out all the systems. We're totally going to know anatomy. We're totally going to know the goof. We're going to know
Awesome.
what's going on. We're learning about the animal. We're learning about ourselves.
Awesome.
So even though in the Tchul, it says in the Gemara, the nital kasher. Oh no, the animal, the spleen got taken out by a hyena. Okay, it's just a spleen.
That hyena
Zeus says that a lot of people have actually gotten their spleens removed. I've never heard of such a thing.
Wow.
But
That hyena has some spleening to do.
yes, got some splaining to do. MS. So, Gemara, the nital kosher, v'nikev treifa, that if it's nital, if it's taken, it's kosher. But if it's nikev, but if it's pierced, so it's a treifa. B'kol hani nekuvim, with all of these piercings, ditnan, because it says in
A Mishnah.
very good. Pshita dechol shekein nital v'nikva hamar. Okay, so if it's pierced, obviously, if it's taken away, and nikva hamara, and if the mara, which you think is a gallbladder, what does a gallbladder do? That's another question.
The gallbladder.
Yeah.
It takes fats. I think it takes waste fats and oils and collects them, and it makes what's called a gallstone. And there's a way. There are people that get a surgery to remove their gallbladder, but I've actually done a
surgery.
Most people do surgery because that's what
You doing a surgery?
I
Put it past, yeah.
I did a 6-hour process where if you drink a couple drinks at certain things, it's like a detox, and then you naturally pass them. It opens up all the channels, and then it goes out in your waist, and you'll see in your waist like all these gallstones. You're like, oh my god! This is
part of the sugya. We're learning about the stomach. We're learning about all anatomy. So gallstones, good or bad?
Gallstones when you
neutral.
Yeah.
We'll look into the gallbladder when we get into the gallbladder.
Gallstones you want to get out of your body, but I'm just saying that there's a way to do it without surgery. That's all I'm saying. I did it without surgery. Got like 50, 60 gallstones out of me. I saw them. I took a picture of it.
Yeah, I'd love to see the picture.
Yeah, another time.
But
I think it probably removes.
When we get to the gallbladder, so yeah.
Excess like toxic waste oils and fats probably would be my guess.
Guess. Okay, we'll see. Hamara nami nira the kolshake nita bio. That all the more so if it's taken away that it's a treifa. Umiko makom, and in any event nit la hakave. If the kaved, I need a charger, please. If you take the kaved away, the liver, lo nishtayer hemeniklum, and there's nothing left, not even one chop of chopped liver left. Not a chop. It's the rech. That's what we need. The Ezra Leos the nidal kol kaved. It's possible that the entire liver is taken and lo hamara, but not the gallbladder. I'm saying check Rashi later on. Talks about the sugya. Obviously, these are humongous sugyas, and we're just trying to understand the human body at this point. Shenidal, or the animal body. Shenidal kol basar hakaved, that it takes all of the meat of the liver. V'nishar hamara devuka begide hakaved. It's possible still that the gallbladder is cleaving to the ligaments of the liver. the hasimponos and the simponos. So we said, wait a second, simponos, they just exist in the heart, in the lung. They're like the. Is that what we were saying? We have to see. We still don't know exactly the simponos. And we need an English word. What are they called? Oh, bronchitis, the bronchioles. Okay, so the simponos, and you can remember it because it sounds like bronchi. No, I'm just kidding. The haditnan, and that which says, what was that door? Oh, the door, the deli.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got gallbladder.
Gallbladder.
So gallbladder is a small pear-shaped organ on the right side of your abdomen, just beneath your liver. The gallbladder holds a digestive fluid called bile that releases into your that's released into your small intestine. Within the gallbladder, gallstones can form out of bile.
Okay,
So that's what.
thank you.
Yes.
The haditnan, and that which says in a Mishnah, Gabe ve'elu kasheros, and these, right, this is later, and that Rashi says in the Seifa, he means in the next parak, because this parak is ve'elu trefos, and if you turn to Nun Dalet Amud Aleph, it's still ve'elu trefos, same parak, and this is considered the Seifa, the next, like the end of this Mishnah. And it says, and this is kashera, and this is a blemish in the animal that's kosher. And so it's nikev halev. So it says if the heart is pierced, the lo lebeis chalalo. And it says, and not pierced all the way through. So we look at Nun Dalet and we say, what are they talking about here? Elu kasheros. Behema. These are kosher behema. We just learned what the trefas are behema. And then the Gemara on this Mishnah is like, oh wait, we got to talk about this for a couple months. And then the next Mishnah is what is kosher in an animal. Nikva hagargeres, if the trachea was pierced, oshanistica, or if it was like, if it was cracked. Ad kama tichaser, how much could it be missing? Rashbag omer ad ki isra haitalki, as much as the isra haitalki. We might remember isra haitalki from such famous shows as Kedushin, Tav Aleph, Tav Beis Amud Aleph. And they're talking about how much is the Shava Pruta, Beis Shammai, Beis Hillel, and one of them talking about Israel Talki. So now also we see the Israel Talki come up. Niftecha go less. The Loni gave Krum Shamach. One of the skull was cracked, but the Krum Shamach, but the intact membrane of the brain is not pierced. So kosher. Nikev halev. This is what we're looking into today. Today, I want to go look into the lave. So yeah, nikev halev, v'lo lebeis chalalo. The heart is pierced, but not to its insides. Nishbara hashadera, v'lo nifzak achut shala. The spine was broken, but not the cord. And so we're going to have to learn exactly how it works over there. How the spine works.
It seems like that where we saw the spinal cord goes into the vertebra at the top of the neck. So it seems like there would be a way to break the spine, but that cord would not be broken. Like if it wasn't like completely severed, you know?
Yeah, so we got to see exactly how that is.
Yeah.
Nidla hakaved. So what if the liver was taken, the nishtayr hemena kizayas, and there's still a kizayas left? Hem says the beis hakosos. The hem says and beis hakosos, two of the four parts of the stomach of the ruminant. The hem says and beis hakosos are both places where they hold the food, but they don't actually do the digestion in those parts of the stomach. The digestion is done in the keres and in the keva. It comes in from the esophagus to the keres, goes through a bunch of processes, comes back up, goes through, right? Hem says, the basic kosos, hem says, and then it goes into the keva, and then it's ready to go into the intestines. Shenikvu zelitoch zeh. So we mentioned yesterday when we were learning about this that the hem says and the basic kosos, it goes from the basic kosos, and it kind of gets absorbed. Osmosis Jones's. I remember I learned in English that it's called Osmosis Jones, but it might have nothing to do with it. So the hem says it goes into the basic kosos, but so it goes in. We learned yesterday through osmosis, or through it kind of just went in. We didn't see the word osmosis. But if it's pierced this one into that one, so it's still kosher. Nital hatachul. The spleen. Really got to explain that one. Nitlu kalayos. Who knows what the kalayos are? It says by Kadosh Baruch Hu that it says maybe kalayos valev.
Like the thoughts of the heart.
No, kalayos. If I obviously,
Blind.
obviously, yeah, obviously, I'm not even like until we see. I gotta see her. I gotta just to see her right to make sure, 100% sure. But I think possible kidneys. Does it sound possible? Kalayos, maybe kalayos valev, the kidneys and the heart. Let's see. Nidal lechia tachton. If he loses his bottom jaw, if it's taken away, nidla ha'aim shala. Mom, I can't remember what it means, but bleib on aim shala. V'charusa b'dei shamayim, in the hands of heaven. Hagedola, Rabbi Meir says kosher, and the chacham is psulin. That we'll get to when we get to. What we wanted to see was the heart part. Hot. We wanted to see the Nikev Alev, and if it's not Lebeis Cholo, it's okay. So continues Tosfos, and he says, the Lebeis Cholo, Tzarech Lomar, we have to say that it's okay. To Mihalcha from here, Lo Avi Shami'inan. We would not have inferred it. The Hava Amina, I would have thought, who adin Samoch Lebeis Cholo. I would have thought that this is the din close to the Beis Cholo. It's close to the chamber, but not right there. I would have said still it's treifa. It comes to Mishnah, it says not treifa. The sopo linakev, that the end is to become pierced. Ad Beis HaChalal, until the house of the pierce, or the house of the opening of the chamber. The Hadigidani Nikva Gargaras, and that which it says that if the trachea is pierced, Nikva Gargaras, Keshera, right? They say that in the Mishnah on Nundad Amar Aleph. Hainu Mishum Debai Lemizni Nistika, because so why didn't he teach us that? Because they also needed to teach us Nistika, and if it's cracked. V'nishbara hashadera, and if it's broken the spine, v'lo nifsak achut shala, but it didn't lose the cord. Again, where do I even know cord? For some reason, the word spinal cord is in my head. I feel like it's a word. There's this thing called spinal cord and spinal column.
Yeah.
There's a cord and a
Yeah.
column. So, okay, so it's possible that the spine can break, but it doesn't break the cord.
Right.
And that's what we need. It's derech. That's what we need it for. See, that's what they need to teach us. That it was from here. Hava Amin, I would have thought, Oha, or this one,
Or that.
or that one. Inami, Hava Amin, I would have thought the bait, Tarti, you need them both, Matmalan, the Bechut, Tali Milsa, that it's all about the cord. Venita la kaved, and if the liver is taken, Vilonis Dyer Hemenu Kizayas, and it doesn't remain a Kizayas, an olive, Parach B'Gemara, they ask in the Gemara, Reisha L'Seifa. Oh, so Gemara says, maybe like this seems that there's a contradiction between this Mishnah and the Mishnah on Nundalid, and they're going to ask it in the Gemara. Okay. So what does Tosfos tell us about the heart? That it's got to be knee caved all the way through. Okay. Knee cave alev. Oh, I want to see the Rambam at the right time. It's outside. I remember yesterday also. I was like, oh, I can't see the Rambam in the Mefarshim. It's that small Rambam in the gray rectangle, and it's actually brown, and it's in that case. It's just one. It's just one. I used to bring it to share. It's in like a case kind of thing. Okay. In the meantime, we can see the Rambam and the Shulchan Aruch. We're going to the heart today. Yesterday was brain, today was heart. There's a machlokas amongst the ancient philosophers. What's the ikar, the heart or the brain? What's the ikar organ?
Many color wars have been battled over this question.
Yeah. So we're in. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you so much. So we're in Rambam Maimonides Hilchos Shchita, and we're looking for Peg Vav Halacha Hey. Vav Hey. Okay. Halev Nikev Leveis Chalolo. The heart that is pierced to the house of its opening, the empty part, or the part that has like emptiness. Okay, anyone who's ever eaten the heart of a chicken, I've been zoche a few times, to eat like the heart. It's chewy. It's like an organ. And it is, it's like it has like openings in it. You can imagine, think about the picture, even though the pictures we see in school, we don't look back, and we're going to have to find the right picture of a heart that we're going to think about. But for now, you can see that there are different, there's a word for it in English, the different parts of the heart.
Yeah, the atria.
Atria. Ventricle. Let's get all this clear.
Yeah. I'm gonna check that out. I did see recently a video of someone with a human heart, and he unraveled it in his hand, meaning he showed that it's actually a spiral muscle that unravels like a scroll.
I see that.
It's like a scroll, and he said it's not even. He said that it doesn't really pump. It's like a vortex that, like the motion. It's I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, we're starting from scratch,
deep,
but I can see that it's very deep what's going on in the heart. But we know that there are those holes, and we think they're called atriums.
I'm looking up heart.
So let's get a hot pots. Hot
pots.
If you get a picture also, I can show the
guns of milk.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Ben Chalal. Let's just finish the Rambam first. Bein lechalal gadol. So the Rambam says that there's a big atrium in the left. Bein chalal katan. There's a smaller atrium. I guess I don't even know if it's the word atrium. On the right, it's a treifa. Aval imni gave basar halev, the meat of the heart. Below igia lechalal, but it didn't go all the way through. It's mutter. V'kana halev. V'hu hamizrak hagadol sheyotz mimenu l'reya. Harehu kilev. So the lave has a type of stick that comes out of it, and that connects the heart to the lung. That's considered like the heart. And if it's pierced all the way through, treifa. Okay.
Hot.
Hot pots. Let's get some English words up in here. We miss Oxford.
Hot pots. There we go. Hot pots.
Hot pots? Oh, wow. Come on. Let's try this one. Shkayach. This looks good. Okay. Hot pots. Okay. Aorta. We've heard of it. Superior vena cava have not. Pulmonary vein. We spoke about the pulmonary vein.
Not the symphonis. The symphonis is the jugular. It was the breathing. Bladder.
Okay. Atrium. That is the name of the. Wait, is it atrium? Yeah, that's the name of like the thing. It's called atrium.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, pulmonary vein. We learned about the pulmonary vein so there's a pulmonary vein and a pulmonary artery. And there's a pulmonary vein. Okay, we have to see what pulmonary is.
That's from the lungs, is bringing oxygen into
pulmonary brings oxygen
into the blood.
And the pulmonary
that
vein
is coming from the lung to
but
the
what about
heart.
pulmonary vein?
Coming from the lung to the heart. The pulmonary vein.
Let's get an etymology on pulmonary and bleib on what it means. This is triskukid. I can't even. Left atrium. Here, so the atrium. The Rambam says the left atrium is bigger and the right atrium is smaller. But this stock photo
It's showing the right space.
is showing the right one's bigger. So we don't know if we can trust this picture. We'll find the right picture.
Yeah.
Okay, Shkayach Revid.
Right.
Shkayach Revid. Okay. Do I have a tab anywhere around here? Or maybe I have one.
Actually, look. Can I show you something?
Yeah.
On this picture, it shows arrows where it shows that this is the pulmonary vein is bringing blood to the heart, and the pulmonary artery is bringing blood out of the heart. So it's showing that the blue is blood that's. It shows the arrow shows the direction, the flow of the
Right,
blood.
that sounds familiar. That one of them goes to the heart, one of them goes away from the heart.
Yeah.
So veins and arteries are just a one-way street.
One-way street.
One-way street.
Yeah, not that
Okay,
one.
that's an important thing to know.
Yes.
Okay, Shkaya. So the Rambam says that the small one is on the left. Let's just see it once more. The Rambam says that the Mizrak Hagadol, that sounds like an artery, but we have to see what the Mizrak Hagadol is. That goes from it to the heart, to the lung. That's like the heart. And if it's pierced all the way through, so it's a treifa. Okay, great. That is the Rambam, Rashi, Tosfos, Rambam. Should we see more about the heart, or is it time for the Oat Book? I think it's time for the Oat Book. Okay, he says it's like a electrical conduction system. There's electrical power that runs through a building. It's true. The body also has electricity that's like in it.
That's crazy.
You know? It's like, oh, is it muktzah to be? Is it muktzah to exist?
I'm very machmir.
Yeah.
I don't move
Doesn't
all
move.
Shabbos.
So much, man. I don't even think much of it. Okay, so Nikiv Alev Lebeis Cholav, page 52. We are excited. We are excited to see the heart. Wow. This MS.
52, Gematria,
Ben.
Kalev.
Ah, nice. So here's the heart. Here's the heart. Like we see, a real life heart, not that freaking globe hoax picture of a heart. A real heart, what do they say? Chalal Gadol on this side and Chalal Katan on that side.
Maybe it's opposite in a cow than a human.
Maybe. Kana Halev. This is what the Rambam was talking about. The Kana Halev. This is what attached to the heart, to the lungs. And if it's pierced all the way through, treifa. If it's not pierced all the way through, not a treifa. Here's the heart, by the way, everyone. Shot through the heart, and now it's treif. I gotta get the next words of that song so we can give it. What's it called? There you go.
That's Bon Jovi.
You give kashrus. So Kana Halev. Wow, another beautiful picture of the Kana Halev over here. And it says, and then there's the Orek Hareos. That's the artery. That's the heart. That's the pulmonary artery. The Orek Hareos. I mean, we still don't have an etymology lookup on pulmonary. Could you help me, Jamie?
Pulmonary.
Pulmonary.
Lungs, related to the lungs.
Thank you, Achi.
Pulmonary.
Pulmonary.
Referred to anything related to the lungs.
Lungs.
Yeah.
So where does it come from? Like, what is pulum?
Oh.
Do we know any words?
The word pulmonary originates from the Latin word pulmonarius, meaning of the lungs, which is derived from pulmo, the Latin root word for lung.
Pulmo?
Pulmo. This Latin root is also related to the Greek word plumon, also meaning lung. Ultimately, the root can be traced back to the Proto-Indo-European root pleumon, which is associated with the concept of floater, because when placed in water, lungs tend to float.
Mm.
Plumon. Nice.
So this is the pulm. It looks like that is the pulmonary artery or arteries. The heart is circular. Mivutar, when it's cut, kidei laharor et hachalal hagadol v'hakatan. Right? When they cut up the heart, so you see, there are two atriums. Atrium 1, atrium 2. L'toch hagadol nichnas kana halev. And so into this Chalal Hagadol, the inside of the heart, the Torah can tell us what's inside of the heart. You know? And this freaking, like, they didn't even have to lie on that one. The Shiva, let's just mess them up a little bit. Let's confuse them. You know? I'm telling you, that's NASA, same guys. NASA editors. So, this is the way to know about the truth of the world. That's what I'm trying to say. Through the Torah HaKadoshah, that is our path to know about the truth of the world. We Google it. We can use that. We can use Google and the Chachma of the nations. We can use that to help us understand the Torah better.
Trust and verify.
What?
If you trust, then verify.
Trust, then verify. No, when we come to this understanding, we're just not coming with preconceived notions. Did you see the picture of the heart? And so it has two. And what is going on inside the heart? This is what the Torah is telling us. I was reading it and I got to the inside of the heart and I became overwhelmed with admiration for Chazal. So the Tol Chachal HaGadol Nichnas Kana Halev Hachutim Shebelev Hem Mitari. So inside the heart they have these cords, these chutim. Hamisatem gidim mitzevim al mistamei halev. I don't know this Hebrew word mistamei halev, but we see that there are these chutim in the heart.
Wow.
Again, this is only heart day one. We're going to become experts in all of the body parts, human and animal.
It's a muscle, right?
Muscle.
It's like, you know how the muscle, when you see it in the diagram, it has those strands. It's probably similar for cell structure.
So there are two chalals. There's Lev Shel Keves. This is the heart of a lamb. Mivutar, cut. Kedei laharos eshnei hachalalim. In order to show the two chambers. Very interesting. Chambers of the heart. Like the heart really has like chambers.
Right.
We know that the Torah is the blueprint for the world and everything that is in creation. We know right now we're learning about PASHUT, right? We're just learning what is the heart, what does it look like, right? We also know that there's huge secrets, huge chachmas hanistar when it's talking about the heart, and each part of the heart has deep secrets. But in order to understand, even to begin to understand those secrets, we have to understand what the nigla of the heart.
Right.
It's the same thing with limud Torah, right? That we got to start first to understand what's the heart, what's the sugya. Then we understand on a deeper level. You can't go to the deeper levels because I don't even know what a heart looks like. I'm going to start looking at like Kitzvei Arizal about like what is the heart. I don't even know what the heart is. You know, Chulin over here.
Right.
So the Yom will give us Yad D'Shmaya to reveal all the secrets and all of the deepest understandings about these body parts. So the Chalal Hakatan and the small one B'Tmuna, the left room, they're calling it rooms. We call it atriums.
Yeah.
Hu mitzad yamin ve'acheder yamini mitzad small. Right. Okay. So this is the heart. This is the left side, the bigger side, the Chalal Gadol, and this is the right side of the heart, and it is the Chalal Katan. It's like put here. So this is the left side, the bigger side, and this is the right side, the smaller side. Okay. And that is the heart. Lev ego is your kisa lev. Here's where it is on the animal. That's where it is. That's the heart. Okay. That is the heart. What else do we know about the heart before we move on? You can tell what the match is. You can say all the stuff. Anything we know about the heart?
Well, Hashem's close those who are broken.
I don't know about broken, if that's the translation. Low, depressed.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not about the heart, but it's close.
But anything.
It's close. It's close. I will accept that. What do we think? What else do we know about the heart? About the heart? Loving kindness. Ah, it's a good one, Zoo. The heart is, they say it loves. The heart loves. Now we saw Gemara that like talks about what all these things do. And we're just at the right time. We'll bring it in Elu Trefos. See it. Talking about the heart. Shot through the heart. And now it's straight. Okay, I want to see the riff. This is a very important parak for understanding how to actually do shchita and check the animal and know what's kosher. The heart beats an average of 100,000 times per day, pumping approximately 200 gallons of blood. Elu James Behemoth, the Kufa Vesha Bezuka Gargaras, Kru, Nigev Grum Jamoach, Nigev Halev, the base Chalolo, 2,000 gallons of blood. Nigev Halev, the base Chalolo, Zaktaran, V'im Lo Igia Lechalal, so if it doesn't get to the Chalal, it says in the Seifa that it's actually kosher. V'huadin Lekuhu Nekuvim, all of these Nekuvas. Nami, b'midi di'ika chalal. If there's a hole, so it has to get it up into the hole. Kigon, for example, what else has a hole in the body? The gallbladder has like a chamber in it. The keva, and the stomach has a chamber. Vidakin, and the innards have a chamber. Meaning if they just pierced a little bit on the skin, but it didn't go all the way through to the chamber, so then it's kosher. And something which does not have a halal, doesn't have an inside. Kigon, for example, krum shel moach, the membrane of the brain. It's pierced in the brain membrane. It's pierced in its trafe. It's pierced in its membrane. It's pierced in its trafe. But inan jiu a negev mefulash. We need that it pokes all the way through. Meaning if this is a tiny prick on the membrane and doesn't go all the way through, it's not treifa. Mishum to believe ikashnei chalalim, because in the heart there are two atriums. V'asalash and it's coming to teach us the le'eza mehen sheyehei nekev. To teach us for which of them should be pierced. Ve'afilu l'chalal katan, even if it goes into the smaller one, which is on the right side of the body. It's a treifa. Kid amrinam begema, like it says in the Gemara. It says into the atrium. What do I care if it's a big atrium or it's the small atrium? Wow. Thank you, Daran. Okay. One more thing about the heart. Let's see if there's a marsha in the heart. And then we're ready to go weiter up to the next thing in the Mishnah. Ma sha ma sha ma sha ma sha ma sha. Okay. Ma sha ma sha ma sha. Next thing, we learned about the brain. We learned about the heart. Okay. The heart is made out of cardiac muscle tissue, like Sliggs was saying. Type of muscle that allows the heart to pump the blood throughout the body. Okay. Nishbara Shadera the Nivzak Shala. Ladies and gentlemen, we will come back to the heart. Now it is time for the spine. Now we're at the spine. So let's see Rashi. That if the spine was broken and the cord was also broken. But do not tell me all is fine. When I lose my head, I lose my spine. So, spine. What does Rashi say about the Andrew spine? Shout out, Yair. Straight. The spine. You know what Zeus says about the spine?
Huh.
Pineal fluid. Pineal gland. Oh. Cerebral spinal fluid. Very interesting, cerebral spinal fluid. The Yid, car accident at 14, Akash Baruch Hu saved me and continues to guide me and sustain me. When right after I was hit by the car, they airlifted me to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, they noticed that I had cerebral spinal fluid pouring out of my nose. And then he just said it like mysteriously went away. Abishter. We'll give a siyat d'shmaya to continue shteig these amazing sugyas. Zok Rashi, the spine is broken and the cord is broken, or his cord is disconnected. So Zok Rashi Chadehi, it's one thing. The treifus dida, and the reason that it's treif is because of the chut, because of the cord. The nishbara hashadera, the Kitani. And when it says that if the spine was broken, or the milsa naka, that's just the way that it usually happens, that if a person breaks the spinal fluid, if the person breaks the spinal cord, it's usually because he broke the spine, the spinal column. Okay. The pineal gland, it produces melatonin, which is released into the cerebral spinal fluid that we've been talking about, the moach, the chut of the moach that surrounds the cushion and cushions the brain. Okay. The krum shamach we're talking about. Okay. So, al yidei shviras hashadera, that's the way that a person's spinal cord could snap. Okay, now it's time to learn about the spinal cord. We go to our handy dandy ice book. Whoa, this book is so handy dandy. Crazy. So, okay, 119 on this page. On the Heilige Oath, in the Oath book. So incredible. Okay. We've seen this before in Rocky. Do-do-do, do-do-do. You know, Rocky goes to the meat, to the butcher, and so this is the entire animal, basically. This is its back. Side, so para, it's the whole side of a cow. And it's being hung by its leg. So it's like this. Here's the leg. Here's, I guess, one of the other legs of the hand. Okay. Kuruma de Ketsu. These are the ribs. Can everyone see? These are the ribs over here. This is the Chut HaShedra. It's this thing in the middle. So the spine, it has that thing in the middle. And these are the Chuliot HaShedra. These are like the things that go, the Chuliot HaShedra. This is the Mefrekes. This is like the elbow. Okay. So if the Chut, which is the middle one, okay, in the case, we're up to spines. We're in spines. This book will understand the entire thing, but it seems that the Chut is that, you know, a spine, it has that one long bone, and then it has a bunch of things. It has a bunch of things that are like wrapping around. Those are the ribs, but they also have chuliot. We have to see exactly what is the chuliot. Okay. So if you break the cord, the spinal cord, and we have what that is, nita hakaved velonish tayr menuklu, meaning the liver was completely taken. What's that case? Okay. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Now we'll really see. Now we're really seeing what's going on here. This So they have a simpon here also. We still don't know what that word simpon is. Oh, the bronchia. But why is there a simpon? Why is there a big simpon on the liver? This is the hat of the kaveh. Remember we spoke about it that like it's usher to shechted if it's right the guy animal according to Rabbi Eliezer, even the kaved shalom, even to feed from it the tarpasha kaved, that's that. And this is the etzba hakaved, the finger of the liver. Here it is in the body. This is a real picture of a cow that's cut in half. And then this is, we have to see what the kulia are. I think they got blind. We're saying kidneys, klayot, but what's that? This is kulia. So I got blind on what that is. Tarpasha kaved, this is part of the liver. This is the etba kaved. Ah, so this is the liver, and then here's the gallbladder, the mara. Gallbladder. Says the old book, Hakaved v'hamara, kiss hamara. It's called like the gallbladder. Bladder is like a kiss, like a saki, bag. Munachim v'mekoma, they're in their place. Mabat me'achori abehema. This is looking at the animal from the back. Hesiru es akevos v'hame'ayim. They took away the stomach and the rest of the innards. Lemala aklayot. So above is the kidneys that are completely covered in their chelev. That's what kulia is. The klayot, kulia. So these are the kidneys. These are the kidneys. And they're completely covered in their fats. Lemata me'aklayot, hakaved v'hamara. Under the kidneys, you have the liver and the gallbladder. Hakaved mechubar leklaya ayminit. The liver is attached to the right. The liver is attached to the right kidney. Me'achorei klayot, after the kidneys and the liver. Tarpesha kaved, the afet, whatever. Shehu shichva shall shrid. It's like a layer of muscle. The shalgid, and it's also a little bit of ligament. Shemafrida bein chalal chazeh, that separates between the space of the chest, the place where the heart and the lungs, the vein chalal abeten, the place of the kidney, the liver, and the stomach. Wow. A new huge understanding in anatomy just dropped. We have two holes in our body, in the upper part of our body. We have the chest hole, and there is where we have the heart and the lungs. And then there's another place. It's called the second hole, we're calling it here. And that's where the other organs are, the stomach and the kidney and the liver. So it's like we can look at it, it's a way of compartmentalizing it. You can look at it as two different parts, two different sections. Okay, we get deeper even into we're still in the liver, and the liver. Okay, here we have the heart. The heart covered by here's the lung, here's the liver, here's this big simple, maybe simple is like an artery or something, or thing, I don't know, blood of the liver. This is the chelev aklayot. Remember, there's an issur deraisa to eat this fat the fat is on the kidneys. And this is the etzba hakaved. This is like the finger of the kaved. And this is the shar hakaved. This is the gate of liver. Gate of liver, gate of liver. Gate of liver for you. Right here. This by the way was a deer liver. Or a deer liver, right? Atzad apona lechalal aguf, the side that's facing inward, I guess. Lemaila nitain liros as a reya. Oh, this is trying to see the lung from the right and the heart from the left. Okay. The heart is covered in tarpesh, which is heart membrane. From the right of the heart, the simpona gadol shel hakaved. So it seems like it's an artery or a vein. And a big vein. And it goes, Shu Yored Huvrid Gadol. It's a big vein. Hamachzir da me'acharei abehema el alev. The animal needs to have a big vein in the middle because the animal needs it to circulate the body horizontally. And so it needs this big vein to the heart. In the picture, you can see that the vrid that is cut, anyways. Magom chibur hakaved, the place of the connection of the liver, v'tarpesh, nira v'timuna zo, bein area l'simpona gadol, between the lung and the big vein. Lemata mitzad yamin chelev right? We looked at the chelev, a klayot of the liver, of the kidneys. There's a little dark part inside of it. Hu chelik me'akulia yamina. It's the right kidney. And in the middle of the picture, you have the gate of liver. Shehu makom k'rizas adab l'kaved. That's how the blood gets into the liver. Ubo over gam tzinor mechubar et kaved lemara. So there's also a pipe that connects the liver to the gallbladder. Tumuna zohi shel kaved tzvi. This picture that I showed you earlier is of a deer liver. V'lo amnam ein mara. Deer doesn't actually have a gallbladder. It says in the Shach, okay. So we've seen the heart, we've seen the lave, we've seen the gallbladder. What remains, you ask? The liver, arayad. So the lung that is pierced, or that it's just missing a little bit. And Rabbi Shimon says, until it is pierced to the house of symphonies. So when it comes to the heart, it only had to be pierced. But when it comes to the lung, either pierced or even chisra, even missing a little bit. That's interesting. Why are they saying even missing a little bit? Oh, shechisru. The Gemara part, the Gemara is going to ask, oh, that's the same thing, Zalbazach of Nekev. Tosfos says, oh, shechisru, right? The Gemara, oh, shechisru b'bivnim, that it got lessened from the inside. But some people say that if it got like eroded from the inside, it's not considered an erosion. Nikva l'Rabbanan. They explain that if it pierced to the Rabbanan, or if it's that it's lagging for Rabbi Shimon, because Rabbi Shimon says that it's until it goes into the house of symphonies. If it's just missing a little bit, they agree that it's okay. Again, let's see, we have to see the Beisa Simponos. Let's see about the lung. Beis Hasimponos. Haresh and Nikba. Wait, what is happening? All right, they're saying Daf Memvav of this book. Okay, here's a lung. You guys want to see a lung of a goat? That's inside the body. Okay. This is the lung. That's the inside of the lung of a goat. That's what it looks like on the inside. And so this is a sircha. A sircha, this is like what makes it not glad. When people talk about glad kosher, it's talking about the lungs. And so it says that there's a lot of sirchas in this one. Between the uma, we have to see what the uma is, and the ribs. We're talking about these stuff. So we're going to become experts at so you have glad, let's go. So if it is nikva or chisra, it's not kosher. According to Rishon, it is kosher until it's punctured to the base of symphonos. And we said, what's symphonos? It's kanupnos, kitanos, mitpashtos tocharea. It's the bronch guy. How do you say singular bronch? The bronchioles. Beza Simponos. Let's go. Beis ha Simponos, coming right up. Those are the lungs. Here we have the kana. The kana is open to the lungs, right? We know the kana, we breathe, and it goes into the lungs. Because look, part of it's open. It opens up to the lungs. And the veshet, the esophagus, goes right through. The trachea opens to you. The esophagus, it goes right through. And that's how the lungs work. And here's the simple nagado. So it's the simples are like the air passageways, vents. Where did I vent air into your lung? It was the symphonios. You have the one that is gadol, and then you have some kitanos. So this, it goes right into the lung. This is cut, I think. So these are your lungs. Okay. Symphonios. Everyone get good luck of the lungs. Oh, there's one more thing which is called or pinimi shel haveshet. In the esophagus, there's a little bit of skin, surrounding skin, meaning there's like skin and then there's even inner skin to keep it extra esophagusy. Reya shel para. This is the lung of a cow. Mivuseres, cut up. Kedei laros as a symponos, to show the vents of the lungs. When the trachea enters into the lung, there's two vents. Hagedolim, two big vents. Echad litzad yamin, one to the east, one to the west, right, left. Mina simponos hagedolim mista'afim, simponos, there's even smaller simponos. Simpononim, they're called. In Lashon Chazal, the simponos of the gados are called also bate simponos, house of symphonies, house of symphonies, or base of symphonos. It's called the base of symphonos because that's where all the different air goes. By the way, symphony, as we still don't have an etymology of it. Between zero shekava min haumos. Haonos, the lobes. The lobes. Okay. So they take like a layer from the lobes. Kedei legalos as a symponos, in order to show the symptoms. Upaslu chelek mea symptoms, and we also opened up some of the symponos. Kedei learos as shitcha bapinimi, to show its inner, to show like what it looks like inside place. B'tzad echad, on one place, bischu kitsasi basis symphonos, they opened up a little bit of the base symphonos. Aval as symphonos akitanim nisharu shleimim, they look full. B'tzad hasheni, in the second side, pislu as base as symphonos legamre, they completely opened up the house of the symphonos. Hachorim anirim bitocha, the holes that are found in the symphonos. Hem techilasan shal symphonos akitanim, that's where the beginnings of the symponos come. There are holes in the symponos. It's really amazing. The sympone, the base of sympone, the house of this sympone is like a flute. The trachea is like a flute. And that's how, like, the air, you breathe in and it like goes down. You breathe in, the air goes down, and it comes out of holes like in the sympone, but it releases it right into the lungs. The lung goes. Wow. The wisdom of the Bayrei Island. Let's take a look at this picture real quick. Just to, this is the stomach. Right here on the bottom. This is the liver. So the liver is good. Actually, I got to tell you, I want to get a liver of a cow. You know, it's probably scrumptious. And since we're learning about it, I got to see what it tastes like, part of the sugya. Okay, so if the gallbladder got pierced, if the innards got pierced, it's talking about the cava, the stomach. That's a next week sugya. The stomach is next week. Shkayach, we did unbelievable work on this Mishnah today. Saw the pictures, really getting to understand what the animal is all about. And Amir Hashem, Yom Rishon with Siyata Dishmaya, we'll go back to maybe we'll even finish the Mishnah and start up on that Gemara. I can see by the clock in the wall that it's time to wish to one and all goodbye,
Goodbye.
farewell,
Farewell.
so long,
So long.
adieu.
Adieu.
Everybody me avos, echapam, Moshe Barucho, gam to the tova, gam lekavzros, oyeves atayra, oyeves abrios, adu manvu. Goodbye until we strike again. Do, 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 do.